What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Lowrider Show Tell. Alright guys, so being that we're still in March, I'm going to go over some of these issues right here. And I got a few March issues. I'm going to look at them and pick out one that we can go over, possibly from the late 90s or early 2000s. And see which one we can get into. All right, guys, so these are some of the issues that I picked out. These are all from March. Like, for example, this one's March 1997, 95, 96. I got 98 right here. Also 2001 and 2002. But I came across this issue right here and I decided to go over this one. This one's July of 1995. And the reason I decided to go over this one was because I kind of was skimming through it and I saw some things that were kind of relatable to March. For example, there's an article here on Selena passing away, which I think she passed away at the end of March. Also, there's an article here on a lowrider bike, which is kind of like St. Patrick's Day themed. Let me see if I can find it real quick. This one right here. So this issue is kind of relatable to March anyways, and besides kind of interesting because it has a special feature on the Las Vegas car, which was Lowrider of the Year, I believe in 1994, and also it has the Lifestyle Car Club from East LA being indicted into the Lowrider Hall of Fame. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into this. So yeah, we're going over issue, let's see, what issue is this? Basically it's issue number 7 of volume 17 from July of 1995. Like I said, it has a special feature on the Las Vegas car, which was Lowrider of the Year the year prior to this. There's partial features on Sacramento, Miami, Houston, Southgate, and Cathedral City, and also an article on Lifestyle Car Club. So like in other early 90s features, I noticed this one doesn't have the big editor's letter. Usually it's on this page. They used to write a pretty long letter, but this one has it actually over here, letter from the publisher, and it's pretty short. On the letters to the editor, I noticed there's actually letters being written, like for example a letter here in memory of Selena, a letter here talking about La Reina, which obviously they're talking about Selena, La Reina of Música Tejana. There's some new products here, which I've never really paid attention to when I used to read Lowrider magazine. Here we see a Dayton wire wheel ad. Doesn't say a price of how much Dayton wire wheels were at that time. And here's the article. Here's the article on Selena. It's under Raza on the Scene. Basically just talking about, Selena's life story. She was 23 years old, talking about all her hits. It says more than 30,000 fans actually packed all the freeways in Corpus Christi trying to go to her funeral. Pretty cool that they actually talked about it in Lowrider magazine. Like I've said before, Lowrider magazine, I feel like it wasn't just a car magazine. It would just focus on Raza and just the lifestyle in general. This is pretty cool right here. They're actually having a little article piece right here talking about they're trying to name the Lowrider rig. They're saying to send in your names, your name ideas, and if they pick out the name that you choose, they would give out a trip to the LA Super Show. So in 1995, they were still trying to name the Lowrider rig, which right now I can't think what it's called. If you know what it's called, let me know in the comments. I don't want to say because I don't want to sound like dumb. Like I don't know. I want to say it's called something like the Aztec one or Aztec, something like that, but I might be mistaken. Maybe, I don't know. I should know the name because I used to read Lowrider magazine like a lot, but right now I can't remember. If you know it, drop it in the comments and let me know. Here's the first car show coverage, which is one of Lowrider magazine's tour stops, which was in Sacramento. They used to have that hard body contest back in the day, also the bikini contest. They stopped. I don't think they had those at towards the end of the shows. I mean, Lowrider magazine still has shows, but I'm talking about like when the magazine was actually being printed. I don't think they had the bikini contest and stuff like that anymore. And it looks like Julio was performing at the show in Sacramento. Here's a picture of a bomb from Santana Car Club. Some bed dancing, radical bed dancing in the hot pit. That's something that's coming back now. You see a lot of mini trucks now out there. Here's another mini truck and the famous 63 Impala, the Joker. A lot of mini trucks and Euro cars, actually full-size trucks too back in the day, like the Silverado here. Here we see some pictures of clubs that were out there, like Duke's, Uso Car Club. Back in the day when they used to print the magazine, it was pretty cool how they would actually, like, if they had your picture here, they would actually put your name on there. So it was something to look forward to, you know, like to see if you actually made it to the magazine or they took a picture of you. So it looks like Lighter Shades of Brown was actually performing at that show. And here's a Reds hydraulics ad. You can get a 2-pump setup, chrome, for $9.99. And this one was black on black kit, $750. Damn. Here's the first feature, the first car feature of this issue, which is a Thunderbird, Crazy for You from Lifestyle Car Club. This one belonged to Richard Batman Varela. Check out the 1995 tour for Lowrider Magazine. They actually had stops in Tokyo and Honolulu. Here's some more coverage on that feature. I was mentioning in one of the other episodes I was going over an early 90s magazine too, and I noticed that I think in the early 90s issues they weren't putting that tech spec box. There's a little box at the end of the article with all the technical specs, like who painted it, car club name, you know, what kind of work it had done. So you don't have that little box in these earlier issues, which that helped out a lot, because I mean, I read the magazines like fully, but if you didn't want to read it, you could just go straight to that tech spec box and see you know, who did the work, or just kind of like the main points of the car. All these magazines also had these ads, the 10 CDs for $1. This one actually says 10 CDs or cassettes for a penny, not $1, my bad. 10 CDs for a penny. Here's some car show coverage on a Florida car show. A lot of Euros and mini trucks. This is big right now too. I don't know. I mean, they showed them here, Classic Angels. I'm not sure if that's an actual car club or it was like a model car club. But these are worth a lot of money, and they're coming back nowadays. They have the RC cars, you know, but they're starting to be a big thing again at the shows. I know at the last Lowrider show in Long Beach, they actually had like a full display with cars like cruising around, like if it was an actual cruise in the streets. You know what I mean? That was pretty cool. Here's the next car feature, which is a El Camino LA woman, also from Lifestyle Car Club. I'm wondering if all the features are going to be from Lifestyle, since this is pretty much like a lifestyle issue, which is featuring the Lowrider of the Year and then Lowrider being indicted into the Hall of Fame. More hydraulic ads. I think back in the day, it was actually like a lot more hydraulic companies, not just companies, but actual or manufacturers, but just like shops in general. There was a lot more Lowrider shops, I think, before. At least here in Vegas, there's not very many. I mean, there might be like one or two, but I don't think there's very many actual shops that are doing like hydraulic like installations. Here's a feature on Lifestyle Car Club Hall of Fame. Check out this picture from a Lifestyle Banquet in 1982. There's Joe Ray right there. Check out this little note right here. It says in 1996, Lowrider Magazine will publish a book on the history and art of the Lowrider movement. The publishing date of the book is scheduled to be within the 20th anniversary of the publication of Lowrider Magazine. It's actually a chapter book that will be dedicated to all the clubs that have been in existence during those 20 years of the lifespan of the magazine. I don't know if I've ever seen that, or if it actually came out. That would be pretty cool to find. Hopefully I find it on eBay maybe one day, or if anybody has one, drop it in the comments. I don't know if I ever seen that book. So it says here that for the past 18 years, this was in 1995, so at that time they were talking about for the last 18 years, Lifestyle Car Club had been meeting every Friday night at 9 p.m. in the parking lot of the Mobile gas station on the corner of Atlantic and Beverly in East LA. It talks about how at one of their recent meetings, Joe Ray, which was the president, was basically talking to all the members and the prospects, and I quote, "This is your last chance to give up your desire to be a member of the club. You don't know what you're getting into," he warned. "You'll have to sell your soul." Hey guys, what's up? Before we continue, do me a favor, turn on the notification bell, hit that like button, subscribe. Now let's get back to it. Everybody looked around and nobody decided to back out, so everybody was in. I think that's what made Lifestyle Car Club, it was like kind of like either you're in it like full, like you're in it all the way, or you're not, so it was a big decision to actually join the club. Also it says here, the club was always pretty much never afraid to try new things like custom, like flake paint jobs, graphics, new interior trends, like basically trendsetters, and they wanted to become, or they were becoming, like the club that everybody was like looking or waiting to see what they were doing. You know what I mean? It says here Lifestyle Car Club began in July of 1975 in East LA. And a lot of the original members came from already established clubs that were around at that time, like for example like Click, Group. And here's a little Q&A with Joe Ray and Lowrider Magazine, pretty much asking him like how long he'd been the president. He talks about he used to be the president for 10 years, from basically 1976 to 1986. Also the club got started with just a mixture of high school friends, and like he was saying, members from other clubs that were already established, like New Wave, Click. At that time when they first started, they had about 60 guys that started in the club in 1975, and Joe Ray was actually the first person to actually get voted into the club. Also, they don't have any chapters. At that time they didn't, and I don't think to this day they don't have any chapters. It's just one chapter, Lifestyle Car Club from East LA. The original president of Lifestyle Car Club was Pooh Bear, which was there's a picture. There's a picture right here on Williamson and 6. Talks about where they met originally. Originally they were meeting on Sundays at the Quiet Canyon Golf Course in Montebello. 30-40 cars would park up there meeting. They would also meet at the American Legion Hall on Olympic Boulevard. That was for indoor meetings. Talks about here how they've always been involved with the community, with things like Red Cross, Toys for Tots, things like that. They asked him what did he see as the biggest challenge as being president, and basically he said that the biggest challenge was keeping the members inspired, basically always looking to be in the next higher level, to just stay on top. Here's another picture of a lifestyle banquet from 1982, and here they asked him what he thought about the public perception of lowriding at that time, and he pretty much said that he believes that everybody's responsible, or it's kind of a combination of everybody. It's everybody's responsibility in the movement as to what kind of picture you're gonna paint towards people, but usually lowriding has a lot of bad rap, but it's not, everything is not negative, or not everybody is
negative, you know what I mean? And pretty much he'd like basically the public or just the world to understand that, I mean, when you have all this money into your car, at that time he was describing it as 50 to 60 grand into a car. You know, not everybody can afford to be involved into bad shit, you know what I mean, if you have a car that's that expensive. At the end he just talks about how pretty much, I mean, like, lowriding is lowriding. You know, you can't change the name on people's views. Like, a lowrider is going to be a lowrider, but you can change their perspective or their views of what a lowrider is, to where it'll get to a point where one day it'll be okay to be a lowrider. You know what I mean? Like, people won't see you in a bad way. That's the way I take it. Here's another car feature. Ochoa's Maldito, which is a 1960 Impala. This one looks pretty clean. Look at that trunk. All you can see is the subwoofers and the amps. I don't know if it has like actual suspension work, like a setup. Like I said, I need that tech spec, but let me see. It's running on some 13-inch Daytons. It says here they did some 8-inch strokes in the front, 10s in the back. It had 4 batteries, 4 switches. Pretty clean, pretty simple and clean. Sometimes simple and clean goes a longer way. You know what I mean? Can't go wrong with that. Look at that. The next feature, the Godfather 1958 Impala, rack top from Imperial's Car Club. Looks like out of New Mexico. Here's a whole guide on car care guide. Alright, so here's the next car feature, which looks like it's a Grand Prix, just a dream. Grand Prix from Texas. It's a 1982 Grand Prix from Houston, Texas, from Latin Image Car Club. And here's a feature on the Las Vegas car, which was a 1994 Lowrider of the Year. Looks like it had some crown wire wheels. I think I saw an ad back here. Let me check it out.
Where's it at?
Here it is. Yeah, so they were probably sponsoring them, but here's the Las Vegas car with some crown wire wheels. Only the best are crowned. So yeah. And here Joe Ray says, I dedicate the car to the original members of Lifestyle LA, to his past with them, and to bring the club back. The car is a right-hand drive, so they had to pretty much move the entire steering component. Had to be reversed, you know, to move to the right. Also says here the car was painted at the Candy Factory by Ace, the Mario's Classic Colors, aka the Candy Factory in Palmdale, California. The base of the car is a butterscotch candy with special blends of gold, blue, purple, and lavender candies, flakes, and pearls that were used to create that pattern. Mr. Cartoon airbrushed the car. He airbrushed the murals of the famous Las Vegas hotels, casinos. It says there's even a showgirl outfit to match the mural. Yeah, here it is right here. Whole showgirl under there. Took him 6 years to build the car. So this car is pretty much still around. I know Joe Ray is gonna have his original Lowrider car show, the LA Super Show 2-day show, Cinco de Mayo this year. I believe May 6th and 7th. So I'm thinking that it's almost like for sure this car's gonna be there. Probably all of his cars, and maybe all of Lifestyle Car Club will be there too. Here's some more car show coverage from a car show in Cathedral City. This is something that you didn't really see a lot. Check it out, a Ford Tempo as a lowrider. I mean, I don't know. I think everybody should build whatever they want, but I don't think you would see this a whole lot. I don't think, you know, back then you would see more of those cars. Like, pretty much any car was like fixed up as a lowrider. We got a Ford Tempo here, a 64 Bel Air. This is something also that maybe not a lot of people will kind of want to fix up a Bel Air, a 64. But hey, you should fix up whatever you like or whatever you can, you know what I mean? The more lowriders, the better. See, there's like even a Silverado. Here's a Honda Accord, little mini truck. Here's another Mazda. Royal Fantasies Car Club. Here's a 68 Impala from Latino Classics Car Club. Some more car show coverage from that Cathedral City show. Check it out, Toyota Celica, 1977 Toyota Celica as a lowrider. Here's a 1980 Mercury and a Nissan pickup. So this is the truck stop, Lowrider truck stop. Usually they'll feature 2 trucks or a little, you know, like a Blazer. This is a Blazer. I believe this is a S10. Yeah, S10 and a Blazer. Check out the mural on that. This S10 is from Traffic Car Club. Man, look at the back. Looks like the hydraulics were from Reds. And here's the engine and the undercarriage on that S10. Check out this car feature, a Honda Civic. Honda Civic from Styling Car Club. Man, this was like fully done up. Look at the interior. It even had a fish tank in there. Check out all the wood grain, the lights. This is something that's coming back too. A lot of the cars have these lights, even on the undercarriage. Here's some car show coverage from a show out in Houston. Here's that 82 Grand Prix that we talked about, Just a Dream from out in Texas. Let me see, I'll show you this one right here. So it was a display out there in Texas. Sophisticated view, or wait, that's a sophistic view. Okay. I thought it was sophisticated. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. Let me know if it was a different club or if that was a misspelling. But if anybody knows, just drop a comment and correct me on that. Here's another car feature. Fred's 51. It's a 51 Chevy. It looks like it's all original. Look at the trunk. It says he picked it up at the Pomona swap meet. Lowrider Magazine also had a lot of how-tos. This is a how to fix some minor body damage. I have a lot of features where it'll tell you like how to extend A-arms, you know, how to cut a car, stuff like that. I'm telling you, the magazine was like all around just like the go-to thing. It wasn't just like a car magazine, man. This was like car magazine, social media, YouTube, you know, look up how-tos. Here's some car show coverage from a show out in Southgate. 15th annual Azalea Custom Car Show. And look, check out the ride, see? 92 Honda, dubbed Ice Blue from Traffic Car Club. Here's a 1984 Toyota. A Caprice from Imperial's Car Club. Here's a list of all the winners, all the way from like best of show, 30s, 40s, best bike, best interior. Some car club pictures, second to none, Imperials. Here's a picture of Majestics, Brown Park Car Club, Together Car Club. This is still car show coverage from that same show. Latin Kings Car Club. Check it out, 91 Caprice. This was pretty new for, I mean, you know, this was basically, the year was 1995 in July. The car show probably happened, you know, at the beginning of the year. Let's see. Well, it doesn't say when the show actually was, but pretty much, I mean, it had to be 94, 95, and some of these cars were like brand new at the time. Like basically, like this 92 Honda, I mean, this was literally like, you know, 2-3 years old. This Caprice that we looked at here, 91 Caprice, I mean, that thing had to be like no more than 4 years old. Here's a Nissan Sentra convertible. And here's a picture of Duke's Car Club. I think they won on the awards. I saw something like yeah, best club participation went to Duke's. So check out the picture right there. They were full force out there. Here's another feature. Car also from Lifestyle. It was a Malibu. From owned by Paul Calderon of Lifestyle Car Club. It was called Pretty Poison. Check these out, best of editions. I don't think I ever had this one, but I had a few of them, and at some point I got rid of them, but I might still have some of these best of editions. If not, I'm gonna try to search them up on eBay and see if I can win some on eBay, and maybe I'll do a video, you know, showing you guys like my winning haul, whatever I won out on eBay, what kind of magazines came in there. It'll be cool to get them back because I did have some of these, but I got rid of them. So here's a bike feature. This one was Lucky Charm, a Schwinn Stingray. Check out the murals, like St. Patrick Day themed. I mean, it even had a part of the Springer fork and the pedals upholstered. Here's another car feature, Emerald Dreams. This one was from Group Car Club. Yeah, it was owned by Vice President of Group Car Club in Riverside County, Hector Arteaga. It was a 1988 Nissan Sentra, Dreaming of Riches. Check out the hood, the trunk. It had the what do they call this? A Hollywood top, I think, like the cut roof like that. It might be coming to an end because these are some of the letters to the editor. Check this out. It says, this is in response to Irma Avina Mejia's letter in December of the 1994 issue. She agrees with her, I guess, regarding their opinion on models and Lowrider magazine. But anyways, what I'm trying to get at is that somebody wrote a letter in December of 1994, and this person wanted to reply to that letter in the magazine, wrote it, sent their letter in, and it was published in the July issue of 1995. So pretty much, like, you know, like I said, that was like the social media before. Like nowadays, say Lowrider magazine or any Lowrider page or just any page can post something up and somebody can comment their opinion and somebody can reply right back, you know. And back in the day, this was it. Like, this was the way to do that, you know what I mean? Like, somebody made a comment. It's kind of like to comment on a post, you had to write a letter to it, and then it would be posted up right here in the forum. And then if you wanted to reply to it, you had to write that letter and then wait months to see that reply. Also had the sound advice, you know, like, so it's like I said, this would be like the YouTube part of it. Like, I mean, people would send in their letters asking for sound advice. Also, like the hydraulic hotline that's probably coming up. Here's some Lowrider Arte. Check that out. That reminds me, here in Vegas, we're gonna have that Formula One race. racing all around the strip. Check this out. 1995 Lowrider Magazine Scholarship Fund. Pretty much you can, these were the requirements to be able to get a scholarship, college scholarship from Lowrider Magazine. Here's some more Lowrider Arte right here. Lowrider Magazine also held a writing contest, because in some of the other issues that I've gone over, they were showcasing some of the winners of the writing contest. 1995 Lowrider writing contest. First prize $500, second prize $300, third prize $100. The category was writing about the rise of Aslan, My Cruising Baby, or Writer's Choice. Again, I keep saying it, Lowrider Magazine wasn't just a car magazine. It was more about the people, about raza. They focused a lot on education too, giving out scholarships, writing articles on raza, writing contests. These are things that you don't really see anymore. Not really at all. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if a magazine or if a car network or social media would do something like this, if people would actually be even if it would actually be a hit, you know what I mean? Because it might be something that people are just kind of like about nowadays, I guess. Here's the hydraulic hotline, where people can basically write in and ask questions, about their hydraulics. They would always showcase a lot of new shops right here, which back then I think that there would be a lot more hydraulic shops, like actual shops where you can go get some work done. I don't think there's a whole lot, at least here in Vegas, there isn't very many places where you can go get, like, actual shops where you can go get some work done. Here, check it out. It says Lowrider Magazine continues their $500 daily double. Lowrider Magazine will continue their popular $500 bonus called the Daily Double for the Classic Tour of 1995, providing an additional cash incentive for serious competitors. It's more expensive than ever to build a vehicle and to compete in hopping or bed dancing, said the publisher, Albert Lopez. That's why we are continuing the Daily Double to give guys this chance to make some extra money. The program is simple and applies to all hop and dance classes, and that's how it worked. Was basically they would give out an additional $500 cash bonus to anyone that would win first place 2 consecutive times in their tour. It goes further into explaining, like all the other cash prizes and stuff like that, but that was pretty cool how Lowrider Magazine would recognize that, that a lot of the guys are putting in all this work into their cars and they're out there going to show their cars, so they would have that extra cash incentive bonus to just for them to actually attend, I guess, and go compete. And here's the Lowrider mailbox. This is where everybody would send in their cars to have a chance to be featured in Lowrider Magazine. You'd be able to mail in your picture and they put it up here. We see here a 65 Impala, a Regal, a 64 Impala, and here's the famous Lowrider Love Lines. This was always like the end of the magazine. Some of these are pretty cool, some of them are funny, but some of them are like, man, people would write on here like they're like almost like song lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Like they would pretty much like drop their heart and soul into some of these words. I'll try to read a couple of these. For example, this one says, to Ricky from Kimmy, thanks for you know what, that was a beautiful day, I can't wait for more. Damn. It wasn't just for love lines. People send shout outs here to, it was like a shout out basically, like on social media when you send, oh, shout out to this person or shout out to whatever. This was like kind of like that, yeah, it was like love lines, but at the same time, you can send out some love to your fam, to the homies. Let me see if I can find something like that in here. See, here's someone sending out a message to their best friend. This one says, to Frank in LA, why are you talking all crazy like you had me in check? You lost something good. I could have treated you better than all the hyenas and your exes put together, but you messed up, and now it's all on you from you know who. Damn. Pretty much the love lines were always like the last part of the magazine. Let me know if you guys want to see anything different. You know what I mean? If you guys want me to focus on a certain article, I'll do that and make a video about it. If you guys want me to make a video reading some more of these love lines, and I'll do that. Check out these it's towards the end already, this ad for Lowrider Arte magazines. I mean, each magazine was $6.95. Now you try to buy some of these Lowrider Arte magazines, I mean, they're pretty expensive. I might do a video of some of these on eBay. I'll try to win some, and then I'll do a video and show you guys if I won it or not, and go over the magazines.
Thanks again for watching. Thanks for sticking to the end. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, hit subscribe, and if you know someone that might like this content, please go ahead and share it with them. Thank you, and see you guys next time.